Okay, sorry about being late. Just one last thing had to go wrong before I got started. You know how it is. Just like story of my life. But we should be live, we should be going. I just gotta frantically get stuff together. More stuff than usual. Hope you all have had a good week. Kick seems to be fixed. Yay! I did not finish setting up in order to reverse which computers are which. So we're still using this original setup for now. But maybe for Sunday. Hmm. Definitely won't be doing the early VR stuff yet. The stuff that I ordered at the beginning of the week to begin testing it hasn't come in yet, even though it was supposed to be here ages ago. Again, story of my life. Let me see, what am I missing? Earpiece 1. What is your problem? Earpiece 2. Hello. So, as the last pieces fall into place, maybe. Here we go. There we go. So the last pieces fall into place. I may have been fast-tracked into skipping the requirements for Kick Partner. I'm not going to celebrate until we know for sure, but maybe Tectone. I used the Tectone fast track option that he put up. I hope it registered correctly. Please. Because as part of his rebellion against Twitch, he has decided to make nice with YouTube, Kick, and Twitter, which, ironically enough, Twitter is not cooperating right now. It won't let me create streams, which is mildly infuriating, since, you know, I just got that working again. But yeah, I'm of mixed feelings of what's going on right now. Because on one hand, yay, multi-streaming meta, finally, after literally years of... I'm not going to say what I want to say. Of people being negative about me multi-streaming. And, and, uh, and how people just... I have been, I'm going to say, strongly discouraged to not... to not multi-stream and to stick with Twitch. And it's like, I am finally vindicated and proven right. But it also means that in spite everything, now all the big streamers are moving over to the platforms where I at least had a chance of getting noticed. And they are being declared the kings and queens of multi-streaming, and just nope, I will continue to just be non-existent. So it's a mixed feeling. On one hand, it's vindicated, but on the other hand, it's like, I really wish that some people had kind of noticed and said, hey, wait a minute, this guy's been doing it longer than everyone else. Maybe we should talk to him about multi-streaming, because a lot of them are making, even the big ones are making the same mistakes I did early on, or using stuff that, around here we now consider to be outdated and not as effective. And I've tried. I actually spent my own money trying to super chat some of these people to say, hey, use this stuff. It's better than what you're doing. Not one of them looked at, either they didn't look at my super chats, or they saw them and simply chose to either dismiss them or otherwise not read them out loud. Which, most of the time, whenever you do a super chat or donation chat or whatever, those more than any other, it's considered good courtesy to read them out, because they're people paying to say something to have their message broadcast. And so it's a little bit of, oh, come on. Really? Not even when I'm literally paying you to help you? It's like, you're not paying me to help you, I'm paying you to help you. So I admit to being a little bit of salty there, but yeah, that's just me complaining to complain right now. I actually am gonna have to take back something I said a couple streams ago, though. Though it's one of those things where I'm glad to be taking it back. So as it turns out, the Nintendo Switch 2 did not sell out. And I owe an apology to the gaming community, and am happy to be wrong about this. When Nintendo came out and said that the Nintendo Switch 2 had sold out, I was mad, because I was looking at it as, oh my gosh, gamers are still just paying into everything and will never actually learn, and will just keep signaling, go ahead, raise your prices, we'll pay them. As it turns out, Nintendo had preemptively decided that after this amount of time, they would declare the pre-orders for the Switch 2 sold out and cut them off, regardless of how many they actually sold. While some places, particularly in the cities, the Switch 2 is sold out, it is still available enough, particularly through online order, that the scalpers are suffering. I can't believe it. I have actually not searched the Switch 2 personally, but I'm seeing this everywhere, that people are just saying, no, there aren't any lines, or there are some lines, but they're not that long. And we have them in stock still, and you can buy them. And it's like, really? Really? People, I was just checking something there. Saw a few TikToks. Yeah, they're still on shelves, and this is actually a really good thing for like GameStop, because GameStop has to replace a ton because some idiot stapled the receipts to the screen. That is wild. It's blown me away, and I'm not sitting here rooting for Nintendo to fail because I hate Nintendo. I want I want gamers to understand what companies are doing and to push back and to make companies understand that we are not going to tolerate what they are doing. That is what I want. It is not Nintendo and these companies failing for the sake of failing. It is these companies understanding, and I saw several YouTube comments across the spectrum saying this, so this isn't original to me, but saying you should understand where the mentality is when they are calling us consumers, not customers. How? This is also on Nintendo, actually, because they didn't have any padding for an electronic device in their box, so the screen is pressed up against the top of the box. So when they are stapling it to the top, it goes straight from that thin layer of outer cardboard into the screen. Yeah, Nintendo has been... I have always had a love-hate relationship with Nintendo because Zelda was the first real game that I played. It's really what drove me into both gaming and fantasy, and it just Nintendo games in general were a huge part of what got me into gaming. But at the same time, Nintendo has always been, they've always been very, very sue happy. They love their litigation. They've been very draconian with their rules. My first attempt at being a content creator was during the time when Nintendo was suing you for making YouTube videos and Let's Plays. So, not just threatening, actually suing people, which I realize ages me quite a bit. But yeah, so they were my first round of content creation was during that time, and I just couldn't play Nintendo games, even though I actually had gone out and gotten a capture card and then found out about it. So that was oof. But yeah, Nintendo has always been... Sometimes they make better decisions, sometimes they don't. We know that they don't like to reduce prices, which is now going to come back and bite them in the butt, given the fact that they're not selling out Switches. And people are pushing back hard against the $80 price tag of games, which, again, I've said this before, I'll keep saying it until someone figures it out. Games might be more expensive to make than ever before, but their profit margins have never been wider. Once upon a time, a $60 game included the physical disc and sometimes even extra stuff in the box, as the manufacturing, the startup, and you were making a profit selling in the thousands. Not the millions. And a lot of time, not even the hundreds of thousands. Just 4 and 5 digit thousands. And 50,000 was, oh my gosh, we were a success for a lot of games. A lot of big games. And sure, some of them were like, oh my gosh, we sold 1 million copies. That's amazing. We are the most profitable game in the world. On a $60 game that was making $8 profit on that $60. Now, they're making, what, $53, $54, $55 profit on a $60 game? And that's probably being very, very generous and lowballing what their profit is. Because there's no more physical delivery. both in terms of the disc itself and in terms of getting the game from point A to point B, because the manufacturing a disc was a lot, putting it in a store was a lot. You're not doing either of that anymore. There's no hardware costs beyond a single, relatively inexpensive centralized delivery server, and it is a centralized delivery server. So many games have microtransactions in them. Let's see. And you're just selling so many more. It is nuts. And so I'm so glad to have been proven wrong about the gaming community and even the diehard Nintendo fans turning around saying, no, this isn't fair to us. We're not going to keep playing this game. Literally. And also, I must celebrate about something else that I think is really funny. There was this whole kerfluffle going on with Nintendo's new terms of service saying that they will brick your machine if they suspect you of hacking. And they've been insisting that they are the most hack-proof console ever released. And there's a legitimate threat that if you plug it into the wrong USB charger, the Switch 2 will brick itself. And the list goes on and on and on and on. The Switch 2 was hacked in under 4 hours by multiple parties. At least one of whom said that they weren't even interested in doing Switch 2 things until Nintendo started preemptively attacking their customer base. Yeah, I don't think Nintendo understands that picking a fight with hackers is one of the stupidest things you can do. Hackers, if you motivate hackers, usually again by insulting them and picking a fight, that's probably it. That is probably the end. We have seen multiple corporations go to war with hackers, and the hackers have won every time without fail. So going out and advertising your console as the unhackable console, threatening to brick people's machines, throwing all this everything around, of course the hackers were going to show up and teach you a lesson. That's how it works. And honestly, the bricking machine threat even more motivates people to do what Nintendo hates and emulate. Because why would anyone pay $500 for a console, $100 for a game, and say, well, if I plug this into the wrong charger, both of these are bricks, and my Nintendo account is taken away from me? Why wouldn't people just say, well, emulation is free, so I will wait for that to materialize and not pay $600 and have as big of a library as I want? I mean, I can't remember who said it. It's been said by so many people now that piracy is a symptom of a customer service problem. There's something similar to that. That when you have piracy problems, it is not the fault of the pirates, and it's not even the fault of a financial situation. It is the fault of a company's toxicity. And I think we've been proven right every time so far. So, yeah. And also, so that's the big part about Nintendo with this. But in fact, Nintendo, in doing this, screwed over a ton of other companies. Because we saw Xbox, Sony, Gearbox, all these companies going to keep throwing Gearbox under the bus after that "you'll pay us $80 or you're a loser" comment. Randy Pitchford, yay. All these companies announced their price hikes literally immediately after Nintendo said the Switch 2 sold out in pre-orders. Some of them didn't wait an hour. Now, all of them blamed tariffs, which doesn't make any sense, especially for digital delivery. Tariffs don't work on digital delivery. But the timing makes it obvious that it was not about tariffs. It was about it appearing as though everyone had just looked at Nintendo and what they were doing and said, sure, yep, we'll pay the money. And it turns out that Nintendo manufactured that appearance, and now all these companies have doubled down on price hikes and are looking around at each other going, oh no, they actually won't pay these prices. But we can't lower the prices. Prices go up, they don't go down. That's not how it works. Prices only go up. They can't go down. If they go down, it means that we're losing. It means that we're desperate. It means that we have to listen to the customers. We can't do that. They've all doubled down on the wrong thing. Now they're going to have to live with it because I was proven wrong with Doom. I've now been proven wrong with Nintendo, which I didn't think was possible. Holy smokes. I didn't think it was possible for the Nintendo fandom to push back against Nintendo. I am very shocked. Super, super proud. I am incredibly proud. That it makes me feel a little bit better because it means that with all this pushback, things may actually begin to change as the companies find themselves in a position where they don't have a choice. Remember my rants earlier about how... What? Oh my gosh! Holy crap, how long have you been sitting on that card? Holy crap, how long have you been sitting on that card? The first backup you got. It has been over 2 months since anyone used any of my Streamloots cards. Holy smokes. So, I was so shocked to see someone redeem a card that I completely lost track of what I was saying. Anyways, Nintendo... Right. So, So now, all these people who need to slow burn their way into selling out to China can't. Or it will be at least much harder for them to slow burn into selling out to China because they just got sent a very clear message that the customer base isn't going to play ball. And that's really, really a good thing. Because we don't want the companies selling out to China. We want the prices to remain in where people can afford them. Because everything's price is only going up. But digital goods is the only thing that's like, no, the profit margin goes up. Even if the price stays the same. Because it costs less resources to maintain the same amount of stuff. It's only that they keep increasing the stuff. And of course, because they refuse to optimize anything. That is a pet peeve of mine, and I will never shut up about it. But yeah, I am shocked. I am pleased. I am a little bit proud to see gamers uniting And even the people that did go out and buy the game, I turn around and say, no, I think I'm gonna return this. I'm gonna refund. And reviewers, like diehard Nintendo reviewers, are sitting there going, I, I really can't recommend this. I love Nintendo, but I can't tell you to go out and buy this. It's not worth it. Holy smokes. I really think it's going to be the rise of the indie. The rise of the indie and the AA companies. AA, single A, and indies are going to be the winners in this. We just saw Expedition 33 explode. There's a ton of good indies that are coming out that I've completely lost track of. We're going to be playing a little bit of a tiny game in early access tonight, actually, that I picked up. I don't know if they're full indie. Let's see. Or if they're just kind of like just tiny studio. Well, I think they're indie. There are 3 also tiny games here, so I think they are properly indie. Polished games. Probably gonna like the Wii U. I don't think that one was. You don't. You don't think the Wii U was as successful as the Wii? Blue Kitty. Kit Kat. That. Kitty. The Wii U was sent out to die. The Wii U is seen as Nintendo's greatest failure. No, wait. Was the Virtual Boy? It might be the second greatest failure. The Virtual Boy was the thing, wasn't it? Okay, the Wii U is Nintendo's greatest failure that anyone remembers. Only some people remember the Virtual Boy. Yeah, the Switch 2. The Switch 2 may turn into. I find it unlikely it'll be a proper disaster. Well, actually, no. Hold on a minute. It might be more of a disaster than I thought. Because now we have all of these handheld gaming PCs. The Switch, the Legion, the Claw, the Ally. I think there's one more, but I can't remember its name. These are... Oh yeah, like the GPD series, which are the expensive ones. These handheld gaming full PCs in a Switch form factor. But because they're full gaming PCs, you can emulate on them. Plus, anything they can run as a full gaming PC, which is most of Steam, good old games, Microsoft, Epic. You can play those in that handheld. Wait a minute. Now I want one. I just realized that I could play some of these games that are like phone/PC games, but in like a better form than the phone, but not linked to the PC. Like, I could, if I got one of these, I could go out and do like Genshin Impact and Zenless Zone Zero and stuff. Oh, don't stick temptation in front of me. Especially since I still need to talk about something else expensive. But the point is that, especially with the Switch 2 being cracked, that people already have it. That people have already broken it. Imagine going out and getting one of those and playing Switch 2 games on it. and Switch 1 games on it, plus all the PC games. Yeah, Nintendo's in trouble. Nintendo has gotten themselves in proper trouble this time. And like I said, they dragged a substantial amount of the rest of the industry with them. And I don't feel bad. Like I said, I am an advocate for the customer side 99% of the time. It's only when customers are being well and truly stupid that I am ever going to consider defending the companies. It is, you know, they talk about being a consumer advocate, but like I said, the fact that we're being called consumers says the quiet part out loud in terms of what they want to think of with everything. So that's a thing. Debating if I want to dive into the other subject right now. It's VR related. Someone was criticizing VR pretty heavily, and it's like most of their arguments are like, okay, you're not really making objective arguments on this. But I don't know if that's something I really want to dive into or not. I'm trying to see if we have anything else to go over. I've already briefly mentioned the multi-streaming, people piling in. Went over Nintendo and gaming. I don't think I have any VTuber random updates and or commentary to dig into. Or, while there are things to dig into, I don't think there are things I wish to get into right now. Yeah, I think we're going to divert to the game for the moment, which is a fun little roguelike called Be My Horde. It is somewhat Vampire Survivor-like, with a twist, which is something that I like. Vampire Survivors came out, it exploded popularity, everyone cloned it, and the style of game just kind of like died for me before I ever actually played much of anything beyond a few very short little things of it. This is a little different though. I for many reasons I like this alternative take. So let me, my control pad died. So I'm like, oh crap, now I gotta remember my key codes and make sure I press them correctly.
Be my horde.
There we go. Hold spacebar to necromance. And as the lady said, this is called Be My Horde. You play as a necromancer, summoning very tiny people.
Welcome, pawn.
And that's most of what I know about this game. So instead of bullet hell, you are focusing on raising the dead and letting them do the work for you. Minions have 5% increased health. Minions deal more damage. Spell damage to all enemies in his range. If this Necromancer operates anything like, well, both D&D Necromancers and just Necromancers in general, our minions need the buffs. We need to buff our minions. Just let ourselves be glass cannons and focus on the minions. And this is a roguelike. So presumably at some point I'm just going to get killed immediately. Very quickly. And then...
Peasants are getting angry. How adorable.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Did you really think you could hurt me with that?
Minions have 5% increased health. There's that deadly aura. Old gravestones appear on the map. They may contain various minions. Ah! This was supposed to be fixed. Oh, thank you, and sorry about that up too. Well, Rudo had an update, and it doesn't like the, it doesn't like the, layering that I use for the gender swap.
Nice change of pace. New toys are delivered straight to me.
I don't think Upto was paying attention to what went wrong. Yeah, sorry about that, Upto. I'm working on trying to figure out a way to fix it. Okay, so those guys are going to be a problem.
A grand feast awaits, minions. Devour our guests.
Oh,
Do
there we go.
next time.
No, it's supposed whenever you do any of those, it's supposed to automatically run it in the correct order. I spent forever making sure that worked right. And then, unfortunately, it's Rudo having screwed up a layering issue, and I'm like the only person complaining about it right now. So, I don't know if they figured out that there is an actual problem yet.
Yes. Can you feel it, my minion? The thrill of controlling the corpses of your adversaries. Quite the impressive beginning, I must say. For a fresh underling, that is.
I can feel it. The power of necromancy is addictive.
Don't get too excited, darling. Mommy wants more. Let's not waste all our energy on the first rendezvous.
Were my commands clear enough for your feeble mind to grasp, minion?
Well, the thing is, the gender swap thing uses a standard blend shape layering, so it's not like it uses something unusual for VTubers. It's just a lot of people use it to swap outfits and stuff, which technically that's what breaks. Not the body shape, but the outfit is what breaks. The switch from this top to the little more revealing top is what's actually breaking. And so, for other people that also use other clothes sets, that is the problem. I just realized that if I was smart, I would have set it. I would have just disconnected the clothes swap, and we just could have left the body shape. Ah, if it's not fixed by Sunday, I'll do that. I'll disable the clothes swap, and we'll just have the slightly less revealing top. And I'm sorry, I didn't even think of that because I'm stupid. Anyways, everything was clear.
My, what a promising little minion who knows how to behave. Excellent. Just don't stop here. My favor is like a flower. It wilts if neglected. We have much more work to do.
I'm a little confused because aren't we playing as her? This is as fast as we move. Yeah, from the minion side of things, really like D&D Necromancer and stuff. So this kind of stuff catches my attention.
With this upgrade, my zombie horde is multiplying faster than rabbits in springtime.
So that increased me to making 2 minions at once instead of 1. Increases health, I can't afford it. Increases started army by 1.
Aw, the bigger the better.
That's achievements. Yeah, and that was outfits. Okay. I just saw that it was unable to be afforded and just kind of ignored it at first.
Greetings, underling.
Okay, upon taking final damage, free revive. Minions have 5% increased attack speed. Let's go with the revive. Now, in a game like this, I imagine that unless you're really prepared, you probably still die pretty quickly after the revive. But,
Peasants are getting
it's
angry.
that little bit more
How adorable.
soul currency, I guess. I almost think I need this given the fact that I'm immediately surrounded and outnumbered. Yeah, I'm in trouble already.
Your mighty army crumbled like a house of cards.
Oh wait, does that get bigger as I get more minions?
You almost had me, Death.
It does. Yeah. Some people are like, they're interested in the avoiding death and undeath side of things. I'm just like, minions!
Nice change of pace. New toys are delivered straight to me.
Okay, the start of the end was when I let them hit me last time, so we're just not gonna do that this time. I apparently need a lot of these guys to be able to take on even a few of the axes. Which, there's 2 axes there, so maybe. Or maybe I could build my army just a little bit more first.
A grand feast awaits, minions. Devour our
Okay.
guests.
Do you get any bonus for killing trees? No idea. 30 seconds regeneration. Attack speed. Get another
Lovely.
revive. Yeah, I have no idea if killing the trees and crops actually gives me anything, or if it just makes it a little easier to see the map.
Dear warriors, when a lady says
Oh,
no,
there's a lot of you.
it's not an invitation to try again.
That really cut through my forces. Literally. Yeah, you kind of want to just keep holding the spacebar.
Again? These warriors
Okay.
don't know when to let go.
That may be it. Oh wait, no, I've got revive, so maybe not but this may cut me down.
Wow, that was amazing.
Though we are benefiting from something else, which is why I like the necromancers, which is as people fall on the battlefield, you get to then use those troops. Old gravestones appear on the map. They may contain various minions, health. Health.
Knights are panicking.
Okay,
Will be a very
that's a lot of them. Yeah, this whole the enemy soldiers are now our soldiers thing that I like about this kind of stuff, because you know I'm reviving as I'm fighting. Assuming one can keep it up, you can turn the tide just by the fact that as they lose soldiers, you gain soldiers. That is really dependent on them still having less DPS than you, which the undead tend to not have great DPS. Now I'm talking necromancers in general. I just picked this game up.
A child's game.
But
Your
it seems to
traps
follow
are
the same general
lackingly
rules.
transparent.
Yeah, see that knights easily outlast my minions. But as you can see, all I gotta do is take out one knight and now I have a knight. Now I have a knight. Ho ho ho.
The gallant knights return for another
Well,
round.
I think this will probably be my first revive. See how effective the Grim Harvest is.
Thanks for the treat.
Okay, Grim Harvest is really good. Oh. Okay, I didn't think it would just be like an insta-kill for everything near me. Holy smokes. So it just wipes out the army that's taking me out and immediately turns them into available fodder. Holy crap. That's actually really, really good. Like, revives are good, but reviving into nothing and surrounded is bad. But reviving into a pre-made army ready for you? That is a power. Minions have speed, minions have health. Speed.
Excellent.
Yeah, normally you'd expect like a loss of momentum to be it for a game like this. Holy crap. So, note to self, the Grim Harvest ability is actually really, really powerful. Yeah, because it's now given me a ton of knights, which means I can get more knights.
You! I should have known you were behind this chaos in my kingdom.
Dick, long time no see, you chubby royal.
I am King Richard III Ovine. As my former servant, you ought to remember that.
Oh, Dick. I think we've reached that special point in our relationship where we can be brutally honest with each other.
I am so glad this is fully voiced.
You were always my servant, not the other way around, silly.
Letting you and your venomous tongue into my court was a grave mistake. I savor the day I finally banished you.
And yet here I am. Let's cut this overly drawn-out foreplay and get to the fun part, shall we? Dick?
Don't call me Dick! Knights, bring me her head, now!
Okay! We're gonna get our second Grim Harvest. It may be worth just letting this happen, since I have another revive. I think I have another revive.
Bow to your new mistress.
Yeah, that... And I didn't have to lose my whole army this time. I just added to it. Holy crap. I think we're just going to be sitting here harvesting for a little bit. Okay, so I think we have a strategy. Minions deal increased damage. Deals damage to all. Alright. Well, that's an instant. Now, we want to use the... I only had the 2 revives, didn't I?
I like it.
Yeah, I'm in trouble because I only have the 2 revives, but I've been able to add a lot of really powerful units to my army now.
Watch out for their lances, my minions. The size does matter.
That one might have hurt a bit.
My. Persistent, aren't we?
Oh! Very. That cut through a lot of what I had. Way faster than I thought it would.
Your liege sent you to your death for his own amusement.
Oh, well, the blob's probably gonna have me.
Until next time.
Yep, the blob has me. Ouch. What is a woolly boomer?
I expect you to last longer next time, especially when Dick is watching. Showing weakness in front of that sheep lover is unacceptable.
Who is that man with the crown?
Just a petty, insignificant man who dared to oppose my will. In other words, someone you wouldn't want to become. Would you?
He definitely got under your skin.
I'd stop yapping if I were you. Unless you'd like me to gag you.
I want to see you try.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy it. No. Death is something that must be earned. You've still got much more work to do, my minion.
Okay, I now have 900. Oh, that could be good. What else did we have? Health. Starting army. This seems to be the most important one. The more minions that we can raise at once, the better.
More fun.
Alright, what's this one do? Movement speed. I think more minions is more important. Minions are so... Oh, that's a full 750. Maybe it is worth doing the cheaper ones. Gonna do this one.
I'll be dancing circles around my enemies before they even know what hit them.
Gonna do this one.
More health. Excellent. Now I can afford to take a few more risks and still...
Ooh, health regenerates over time.
Oh, the joys of health regeneration. It's like getting a free extra life, but without all the respawn mechanics. More undead peasants. Perfect. Who needs a social life when you've got a horde of zombies to keep you company?
So an ever so slight boost, more minions, more health, more speed, and a health regen. I don't think this game takes itself very seriously.
Hello, my minion. Fantastic.
Again, as a necromancer, your minions are really important. Talking D&D things, because that's kind of one of the most likely places for anyone to actually run into or play as a necromancer, besides, of course, this. It is I personally, at least, highly recommend you focus on raising skeletons and taking advantage of that slightly increased intelligence to give them armor and equipment. Powerful woolly warriors could be found in the... Alright, let's find out what this nonsense is. Oh my gosh, they are sheep. They are sheep.
Peasants are getting angry. How adorable.
They are exploding sheep. Up to did in fact call it. I think corrupting the trees gives me a little bit more of the spirit currency. But yeah, take your skeleton, give it armor to improve its survivability.
Nice change of pace. New toys are delivered straight to me.
True, we find crops, wipe those out, those will probably be good. Give it armor for better AC. Give it better weapons for better attack. Heck! Give it magical weapons. Skeletons can use magical weapons. There's crops.
A grand feast awaits, minions. devour our guests.
Army health regen. Well, I already have health regen. Every resurrection heals. For me. Oh, so that's more healing on top of my healing.
Your attempt almost amuses me, sweethearts.
Yeah, 99% sure that this is... Oh no, I don't think that does give me currency, but it's doing something. Maybe it's increasing my leveling rate? I don't know. I legitimately do not know
Dear
what that
Lord,
actually did for me.
When a lady
Oh,
says
here we go.
no, it's not an invitation to try again.
Come on. The sheep is nice, but
Again?
because of the nature of the game, there is...
Warriors
Oh,
don't
here we
know
go.
when to let go. No safe word this time, dear.
There's no meaningful way to control the minions besides Blob, go here. Or I guess Blob, follow me. Ooh, corrupting a tree grants a burst of speed. Now the trees do things for sure.
Nights are panicking.
Oh, here we go.
It can be a very pathetic scene.
Why? The game doesn't take itself seriously. I really don't need to be questioning why the sheep exploded. So this is a fun little mindless roguelite. I also figured that maybe this one wouldn't hurt to like hook up to a basic AI to just kind of randomly do things for background sometimes.
A child's game. Your traps are laughably transparent.
Come on, give me a couple nights. Okay. Some of the urns heal and speed up. More reliable sheep. Let's go with that one. Let's improve the urns.
The gallant knights return for another round.
I don't have any revives! I don't have any revives!
One victory down, countless more to savor.
I do have the ability to raise soldiers much faster than last time, though. That was apparently enough. Yeah, it's like a two-way cascading effect. If I can get cascading on enemy kills, then, you know, I keep getting more and more troops with which to make more kills. But if they manage to get a cascade of loss of minions, then I have less and less DPS and defense to hold against their incoming attack. Interesting. Also interesting, back to the D&D side of this kind of stuff, the Scion gets animate dead. But it doesn't get Unseen Servant, which doesn't make any sense to me. Unseen Servant and Mage Hand are kind of like the obvious go-to. I can use telekinesis type powers. I'm dead. Oh, sweet, I just get the revive. Maybe I should just kind of like use that now. Grim Harvest.
The taste of triumph is addictively sweet.
Grab all of these guys. As cheap as that was. That was such a cheap tactic. I'm not proud of that at all. I don't even know if you'd call that cheese. That was cheaper than cheese. That was such a cheap tactic.
Watch out for their lances, my minions. In this case, the size does matter.
But I mean, getting more points is nice. Yeah, it's interesting that the new 2024 edition is like, we need to eliminate summon creatures as much as possible. And then they throw in the Scion, and it gets 4 of the surviving summon spells. Animate Dead, Animate Objects, Summon Astral Entity, which is a new one, and Summon Aberration, which is an old one. It's like, I thought you didn't want to do this anymore. You complained about that a lot, actually. That's why you turn so many powers into... It's called summon, but it actually just adds damage. All urns now heal and speed up. Which will do me good if I ever leave this area.
For his own amusement.
Oh, okay. Maybe I won't get a chance to use that. There's a cascading. There we go. I mean, as a necromancer, it is easily the most important one.
Necromancy could be so efficient.
Ooh, resurrection is now instant. Oh! For 2,000. Once per crusade, upon taking lethal damage, fully revive. Increase amount of times you can reroll perks on level up by 1. Okay, increase starting army. Increase base health. I think minions.
More undead peasants. Every army needs some kind of... Just what I needed. More undead fodder.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta think like a necromancer, and necromancer is all about the minions.
Greetings, servant.
You know what? We haven't done this yet.
Lovely.
Let's see what that does. Where are these summoning circles of which you speak? Gravestones contain minions.
Delightful.
You don't think like a necromancer and that you don't decay much around you. I mean, I'm decaying all the plants as I go. There's not a whole lot else I can do in this game.
How adorable. Ugh. I nearly fell asleep watching your feeble effort.
Well, that just made more peasants.
You are persistent, Dev. But I enjoy the game too much to let it end now. Nice change of pace. New toys are delivered straight to me.
Oh, other interesting things about playing necromancers in D&D. The spell specifies Animate Dead, the basic Animate Dead spell specifies it must be the corpse of any humanoid, which is very limiting, or any pile of bones, which is not limiting. It technically means that if a skeleton is destroyed, killed, whatever, that you had already summoned, but the bones are still there, it goes back to being a pile of bones, and you can summon it again. Instant regeneration, 5 more damage.
A grand feast awaits, minions. Devour our guests. I almost cracked a smile at your feeble attempt.
I see him. Well, that was just more peasants, but yay. Oh, wait, here's more. Oh, you got some real warriors out of that time.
Dear warriors, when a lady says no, it's not an invitation to try again.
Need caffeine. Thankfully, this game allows me to leave one hand free.
Again? These warriors don't know when to let go.
Okay, so there's the... Okay, there's the Blood Harvest. That is also a really good one. Gonna go with the Harvest though for the Revive.
Thanks for the treat.
Ooh, I got knights this time! Just in time, too.
Knights are panicking. It will be a very pathetic scene.
There we go. Hmm. This will probably be our last run in this game, then break and switch to different game. More knights!
A child's game. Your traps are laughably transparent.
I don't know. I think all those knights coming in from all sides is a decent trap, actually. Corrupting a tree grants a burst of speed, deadly aura, increase the number of gravestones. Gravestones with more minions. Oh, okay. I guess I achieved something there. Gravestones!
The gallant knights return for another round. Did you really think you could hurt me with that?
Well, I mean, it's worked every time before. Alright, let's see what this gets us. A lot of knights. Okay, I will take it. Graves. I was up till like 4 a.m., so... And I keep finding myself with my eyes starting to go... And not necessarily due to the game, just because tired. Oh. Minions have more health.
Destroy this abomination, my cavalryman!
Harvest?
Wow, that was amusing.
I think that worked out pretty well. New circle. That I can barely see because how many minions I have. This isn't a bad time waster.
Watch out for their lenses, my lord.
Oh, here we go.
In this case,
This is gonna hurt.
don't.
This is gonna hurt. There's Raves. I. Yeah, I took a nap earlier today, but it just was not enough. Alright, second revive.
My, persistent, aren't we?
Sorry. I'm amused at how the peasants were made
Your
a fodder
liege
enemy here.
sent you to your death for his own amusement.
Even though they're like quickly wiped out now relative to the others. Guess what time it is? Give me this army. The might that was once your kingdom is now mine. Wait, no, that's not quite right. Yeah, close enough. I was almost about to say that I might get that final. I don't know if it's final, but the fast, instant resurrection. But I feel like the moment that I really, really commit to thinking about that is when I immediately get wiped out. Circle.
I need you, my
Circle.
paladins. Protect your king.
Oh, see? See? They are really chewing up my forces now. Bigger army, speed.
Excellent.
Yep, new enemies that absolutely devastated my army.
Oh, Deb, you're such a tease. Maybe next time, my love. Our army grows more.
Ah, come on!
Open arms, my children.
Holy crap!
Knights are starting to get angry. Get ready for it.
Ah! No!
A charming effort, I suppose. But next time, try harder.
My. Brutes with giant hammers.
Just what my horde needs.
Well, another summoning circle. Surrounded by armored foes. Get off the circle, it's mine.
Your demise, fools.
Holy! Well, this is either going to be great or horrible.
Well, that was almost entertaining.
Hell, attack speed. Let's get our DPS up.
Many tried to hammer some sense into me. All of them.
More blobs. Graves. Good Graves.
Look who's back for another round of sword swinging and righteous indignation.
Oh. Nope, trying to get away. Trying to get away. Trying to get away. Come on, minions.
Like moth to a flame.
Well, I mean,
I almost feel
this may be it.
sorry for them.
This might be it.
Almost.
Just a little more. I'm so close. Just a little more. Come on. Ha. 10% speed.
Fantastic.
DPS. Come on. I think I need 2250. I think that's the number I'm aiming for. Undead in China. Okay.
She's still alive! Stop her, damn it!
Come on. So close. Oh! 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 I hope I was right about the number I needed. Holy crap. Oh, the music changed. Music changed significantly. Come on. Me needs some more health. Every resurrection heals. Well, I don't have any more actions. More damage, please. Oh, no, okay. Oh, okay. Unlock Dark Rebirth. Unlock Wind of Ashes. Unlock Storytellers. Holy smokes.
I can already smell those awful royal perfumes. We're so close to Richard's chambers.
Do you two have a history?
Since when are you so meddlesome? Get back in line, little minion.
I just want to know more about our enemy.
All you need to know is that he had his chance to be happy. But he lost it because of his ridiculous feelings for Helga.
I'd say I don't think we're playing as the good guys, but we are a necromancer, so I guess that's kind of implied.
He's a fool. Never fit to rule. Absolute control isn't for everyone.
Just a bit. So yes, I was right, 2250. Haha!
Now I can host a zombie party with just a snap.
At the beginning of each crusade, receive one free perk. At times you can reroll perks. Increase resurrection area by 15%. So starting army and health are the two remaining ones I can get. I mean, we're at the midway point, so we're not going to be testing any of these. I think the health will probably mean more than the starting army. I'm probably wrong.
Now I can take a few more hits and still look fabulous.
Oh, so wait, is this just an autosave? Okay, I think it's just an autosave.
Leaving already?
Huh. Amusing. But I do think that we need an explanation a little bit, because it's like, we're talking to her, but we're a minion of her, I guess? I don't know. Okay, midstream break, and then when we come back, we will probably play more Baldur's Gate 3 for the rest of the night. I will catch you guys shortly. Welp. Because I have ADHD and just can't help myself, I'm now sitting here thinking about, what if we did a new run on Baldur's Gate 3? An all Necromancer run. Where everyone is either a Necromancer wizard, a Death Domain cleric, or a Circle of Spores druid. Just giant blob advancing through the game. Because I have absolutely no self-control. Never get past the first part of this game at all. Yeah, I'm not... It's tempting, but I'm not gonna do it. I don't remember where I currently am, though. Wait a minute. Dude, I don't need to restart, though. I could technically just go to Withers and reset the team. Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for it to load. Waiting for things to cooperate. Because I didn't think to start this and get it loaded ahead of time. Give me a sec while I click through this. Gotta update stuff because I wasn't paying attention. Let me double check a couple things while we're waiting, I guess. Give us a little bit of time. While everything settles in, I need to remember to do this earlier. But I'm an idiot, so I didn't. Facebook keeps insisting this one person I know, which I do not. But it's like, nope, are you sure you don't know this person? Are you sure you don't want to friend them? No. No, I do not. It's almost done. Well, it was almost done. Or those are just going to break. Okay, some of them just are going to break, I guess. Good enough, I think. I really gotta start this thing when I leave for break instead of when I come back for break.
Best be on my way.
Okay. We are going... I forgot to do this.
What's up for discussion?
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring.
What happened to my tattoos? Ah, I guess one of the things that I quote-unquote fixed broke it. Darn it!
He's still staring right past you. He nods, then reaches for a concealed hatch.
I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna assume I didn't do this because I was thinking, you know, we had to do some story stuff this ways. But I honestly don't remember. As our current small army makes its way down.
Well, look who's come to visit. My kids say you've been busy since you got here. Mercon says you got him out of a tight spot with some harpies. Gotta say, I'm impressed. You saved Arabella from the druids. Don't know what those bastards would have done.
Why are you running these schemes and swindles? Risky, you know?
We're saving up for a better hideout when we get to Baldur's Gate. Why? You planning on telling me stealing is wrong?
Taking advantage of bad times. Quite the opposite. Want to invest in New Thieves Guild. Chat, what do we think? 1, 2, or 3? Tell her no. Tell her go for it. Invest. Invest. As Karlach and Gale stand there judging us.
Won't turn down free money. I've got operating costs you wouldn't believe. Come see me in the city sometime, huh? I'll repay this and then some. See you around, maybe.
No, everyone.
Okay, so I do have some stuff that I could sell.
Be patient. We'll get there.
Please?
I had a feeling you'd be back. We're saving up for a better hideout when we get to Baldur's Gate. Why? You planning on telling me stealing is wrong?
Do we just break the game immediately? I mean, do as you please. I already invested in you.
Didn't need your permission, but fine. I do, as a matter of fact. Revenge. You saw what those bastards that run the place were doing to Arabella, scaring the precious mite. I want to steal that big, shiny idol they're all chanting at.
Could help you get it, but my time's valuable to me.
Sure. When we sell it in the city, I'll make sure you get your cut.
What I want was something like that.
The important thing is to get it away from them. That ritual's gonna get us all killed. And we can sell it once we get to the city. Thing like that's gotta be worth a small fortune.
I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. They look as brittle as old bark. But they're vicious. Anything else?
Trade? Elixir of Arcane. Yep, that's what I'm after. She doesn't always have it, but when she does, she does. Plus, of course, there's always just being able to unload stuff for cash. I think that's all I'm gonna need for now.
Anything else? You've been a friend to us. Come back anytime.
I like how the dialogue is still... Obviously the game's amazingly put together, but I do like how the dialogue is still a little bit schizophrenically put together between the different attitudes. Hold on. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I thought that was a path I never saw before. I know where that goes.
Remember, you have teeth and claws.
I love the rattling of the skeletons as they follow us.
This place. Never get the smell out of my clothes.
Let's see.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Delay ritual, resist, best of luck. Make sure you leave. Leaving the grove is the best option. I can help.
It's good of you to offer, but there's a whole army of goblins out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army.
Have you seen how many of us there are?
Be away, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. The Blade of Frontiers has done what he can to help us prepare for the journey, and we're grateful. But it'll be a short journey if the goblins still own the roads.
By the Triad, there is only one correct answer. Refuse him, and we sentence these people to die.
See what I can do.
Everyone in this camp depends on it. Thank you. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word.
Starian's the only one who has an issue with that.
But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yes, of course.
It's like, you'll need an army. See now, 7 player characters, 2 skeletons, an undead shadowhound thing, and a bird. I think we're doing pretty good so far. Could probably throw a couple more things out.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight.
Not with that attitude. Fight and win.
There's optimism, and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. I don't see the rest of us lasting long out there. But if you're so sure
physics.
we will, why not put a little gold on the line?
I can't take my gold if you're dead.
I'm sure you're good for it. Just leave the gold on my corpse. After seeing you at the gate, I'm sure you'll last longer than us.
Alright then.
Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate. Looking forward to it. So many ways to die.
Tater. They're not normally there. Oh, there's two of them. Everyone down. Ah, you're no longer our sniper.
Still in shadow.
Ha! I just barely snuck her in before the darn... They didn't notice anyone else! Of course, she missed her shot, because of course she did.
Swift and lethal.
You are supposed to be the archer.
Nice and quiet now.
Alright, everyone else.
Oh, my hand slipped.
What? Okay, so just no one's gonna hit anything.
Cloak and dagger. My favorite.
How is Shadowheart the one that actually hit things?
This is no fun at all.
Gale. Gale. Gale! It's like Gale hasn't joined combat yet, purely on the fact that he can't hit anything. Oh no! This is... Oh no. Well, they finally noticed his arrow. It did him no good, but they finally noticed his arrow. Alright. Melees for sure.
What a charmer.
Right, you are our thrower. So you're our final... Ranged primary.
Handy.
And takes one of them down.
Knees high. Go on.
Okay. All dealt with.
Step forward.
Holy crap. You pick more fights because none of your team is still good. Yeah, we're gonna take about every combat mission that we can get away with, so that we can attempt. Why is Gale the only person that leveled? What XP did Gale get that none of us did? I forget what he even is. What is... Oh, you're right. He's a blade singer. Oh, right. Yeah. Duh. Oh, this guy just missed 6 shots. Give him another level, quick. Okay. Oh, he got his extra attack. Sweet. Blink. He needs blink. I'm the one using Feigned Death. Lightning Bolt. Okay, he has Defensive Duelist. Mobile. And ASI increases. Advantage on concentration. Reaction cast, Shocking Grasp. Yeah, I think that's probably good for him. How... I understand we took them out before they got to take a turn, but how did it take most of the team to get us there? If y'all could stop hiding, they'd go a little faster.
Moving in.
Just checking something.
Tired of box store PCs that cut corners? Join the...
Just Zevlor, Tilly. We're civilians.
Please, have mercy. Or he's funny.
Alright, so that I think is mostly taking care of everything we have out here, as well as stolen everything we can off of this guy and set ourselves up as good as we're gonna get. Okay. I think my tabs are having a bad time. I think we actually never went and fought the owlbear. Gonna go march in with this whole army. We need the... No, we fought the owlbear. We got the spear. Right? Did we fight the owlbear?
Oh, cursed to put my hands on everything.
I cannot remember if we fought the owlbear. Okay, we fought the owlbear. Just turn around and go right back out. We have to have already talked to Scratch. I can't imagine that we haven't talked to Scratch already, but...
I need a quick word.
Go on. If he doesn't wake, I'll find you.
Yep, we talked to Scratch. Yeah, we're gonna go to the village first. Means... Gonna equip that. There's the drow. You know what? I have good taste in drow. What is Baldur's Gate anyways? It is a gate built by Baldur. Obviously. More seriously, Baldur's Gate is ask a stupid question. Yeah. More seriously, Baldur's Gate is a large city. It is named for the big main gate that was built by Baldur, who was like a sort of adventurer, pirate, corsair type who sort of sailed out, did things, came back, and with riches, and it like built up a section of the city when it was just a collection of fishing villages and docks. And so, like I said, the area became known as Baldur's Gate because he built the Great Gate. It was sort of like the centerpiece of the city's entrance at the time. And then the city built outward and outward. Now there's a whole bunch of gates and and sections, and it's one of the biggest cities in the setting.
Looks like this.
Get over there! Surround him like!
I know you're there. Show yourselves.
You spotted us. Good. It's like they say. Wait. A drow. In the sun. Stand down! This one's got a touch of the absolute about her. Apologies, your lordship. Hard making you out from a distance.
The way drow treat goblins, I should pluck out your eyes. You're clearly not using them.
Please, your greatness. Was an honest mistake is all. You'll get no more trouble from us. Promise.
See, even Gale approves.
What's inside?
Oh, now the rest of us have leveled up.
Don't touch me.
Actually, no, we're going to do our levels first.
More interesting times.
Just in case it affects it. Okay, so I got Counter Charm, you know, I was with the 30 feet, have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. Spell slot, Mantle of Majesty, command. Command a creature to flee, move. Oh, it's just a free charm. Okay. Level 3. I like Glyph of Warding in a regular setting. I don't think it works. I mean, it has some potential here, but lately bards don't get a great selection of options. What did I get? Through the dark. Teleport into shadows. The next spell you cast that turn will benefit from Twin Spell without costing... What the heck did they do to this custom race? It's just supposed to be Winged Tiefling. Okay. crossbow, expert, sharpshooter, spell sniper. I really am the support. So I think probably mobile, so I can move even more, even though I'm already the most mobile person on the team. Game. 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 Okay. Death Domain Cleric. Inescapable destruction spells you cast ignore resistance to necrotic damage. I say actor. Shield Master. I need a better option than a 56. Wait, hold. The 9060s from AMD are doing well, aren't they? They're like actually worth it, aren't they? Hold on. Hello, welcome. Hope the night finds you well. Please stand by, I have to check something. Okay. Arcane Archer. Already have Sharpshooter. Polearm Master. Oh wait, we could then give you Sentinel. Yeah, Polearm Master and Sentinel are awful because they can lock people down 5 feet away. Here's our Hexblade. Wait, do you finally get a Cursed Spectre? And let's see. Why is that concentration? What good does making that concentration do? It's a one hit I hate how many Warlock things are concentration. I can't remember. Was I giving him long swords? Crap. This is somewhat concerning. Additional rage charge, elemental cleaver. Sweet. She is thrower and also heavy hitter. Also benefits from sentinel. I'm spending more time waiting for them to load than I am deciding what I'm going to do with the characters. Okay, defensive duelist, dual wielder. Also mobile. What do you complain about?
Someone there? Getting weaker by the moment.
He's gonna get a 1. All those bonuses and he's gonna get a 1.
At least it's some kind of civilization.
I do miss the gate. The elf song cabin, sunset over Grey Harbor, fried fish at the docks.
Drunk young patriarchs naked in the fountains. Civilization.
We're at the Carlock.
Let's march.
Never a dull moment.
And I'm not going to worry about too much looting. We can do that off screen. We're going to go head on to our next encounter.
Let's see what this does.
That might be worth a look.
Right. Where's my undo? Do I need to be wearing the helmet? How do I turn back into me? There's supposed to be an icon for that. Oh. Right, it just didn't appear for some reason. Now, normally, you're wanting to avoid a fight, but I want the XP. So I'm going to go to the correct one immediately. Oops.
Anything of use?
Yep, I want the XP, so I want this fight to be as big as possible. However, there's only one chest left. I mean, not chest. Chest. Coffin left. So, might as well just blast away. You are now a melee attacker. Because I'm weird like that.
A better position. Yes.
Victory awaits.
Please. Please. If you could tell me what the percentage is. Okay. Good enough.
On the move.
Oh, now it works. Ish. I gotta be using Hunter's Mark for her. Good grief. Now, you are not an archer first, but I want to get Spell Thief to do its job. You're awful. I like how the skeletons have the same hit chance as, no, have a better hit chance than Gale. Okay, so it's just those three left.
Now this is my happy place.
Okay.
Come on, Karlak. Show him who you are.
I really want him to activate the final skeleton for the bit of extra XP. So we're just gonna kind of sit around.
This is my time.
You're not gonna activate the last guy?
No holding back. Open up.
If I was smart, I would have just done it myself, but I'm not because I'm an idiot. So I didn't.
Coming through.
Well, so much for peace.
Okay, the remainder of looting can wait. Oh, wait, no, hold on.
Here we go. It's been a long day. I'll need to rest soon.
What just happened? Mirror, magic mirror, tell me true.
What is your name?
Magic mirror, tell me true, show my fortune, known by few.
The mirror is not amused.
Next time's the charm.
Oh, no, get away, everyone away. I forgot that that was just a way to immediately trigger that. I thought, the mirror tried to kill me. I thought that that was a way to bug the mirror into just opening. I guess I forgot that that is in fact a way to just make the mirror try to kill me. Oops.
The air is ripe with magic.
No one back home will ever believe this. How much farther can I go?
Yeah, you can see all the scorch marks that it left. It's really nasty, and it'll definitely kill all your summons, potentially down your characters if you're not out of the way fast enough.
You are not my master. If you are his ally, step forward and declare it.
Open, or I'll smash you to pieces.
There is a pause as those glass eyes take you in. Then...
There aren't normally enemies in here. Wait. We're fighting the guy who owned this house? Well, the resurrected guy who owned this... Okay. Okay, we're just immediately into another fight, sure. Well, I gotta get out of this, Right. The once Astarian to go first. Thankfully, we are front-loaded. And I use my massive movement to be over here. Why does passives keep doing that? Stop it.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Okay. Okay, we can get her up and out to where she could start shooting things. We really need to take these guys out first, because the fewer turns they have, the better off we are. Even though there's one big guy.
May the dice roll in my favor. Knight to King 5.
Can we get Spell Thief to go off, please? I guess the answer is going to be no.
The dice macabre.
We have so many ranged options. And like none of them are going off.
Got to focus. Have to keep going.
There we go. Drastically cutting down the numbers.
Let's spill some blood.
This is my time. 2 steps at a time.
This fight is going significantly better.
This feels good.
Let's cook with fire, baby. Find a route. Easy as.
Garlic's just throwing stuff.
There's blood in the air.
Okay. Right, duh. He's not going to be in range to melee anyone anyways. Kidding me. Oh, right, of course. What do you mean you can't find a path? Okay. Oh. Well, there goes one of my skeletons. Oh. It is immune. You are stuck. Disadvantage and it's still 90% chance to hit.
Nothing important is ever easy.
Right, everyone, dogpile this guy. He doesn't get a second attack. Oh, cool. I broke his concentration. I didn't even notice that.
Swords meet sorcery. Don't get too close.
I really need Spell Thief to do its job, please.
I'm ready. Got to press on.
Good idea, Karlak.
Okay.
Abandoned lab. The possibilities are too unsettling.
So that's a whole thing, apparently. Scroll of Conjure Minor Elemental. Recipe of Elixir of Necrotic Resistance. Poisoner's Ring. I will continue to worry about looting later. Holy smokes! Okay, I didn't see that fight coming.
Something good here, I hope.
I don't...
What now? Tread carefully.
Please. Normally I just mage hand my way out of this, but I don't think anyone has mage hand.
With pleasure. A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors. Be careful. There are traps about. A little souvenir.
one's stopped me yet.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in.
A cursed book. How obvious. Whoever opens it deserves the fate that befalls them.
Please don't open the creepy book.
That looks terribly heavy. Why don't you let me carry it for you?
Another reason to want all the party with you. Get as many dialogues as possible.
Very well.
Oh! I never noticed there's a chest up there. Wait, hold on. Well, it says it's already open, but what is... Okay.
No traps, please.
I will loot this place more thoroughly off stream. Yeah, that skeleton fight isn't normally part of this. I need these.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
Conditions are only getting worse.
Careful, I bite. Easy.
All's well that ends... not as bad as it could have.
I'm amused that it doesn't change the voice.
One day I'll catch a break.
Ow!
There's a trap.
I might have forgotten that that's trapped. Why do the chests keep flying around?
I wonder what's past this.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Don't think I can get a star in up here, can I? Oh, never mind. There we go. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for.
Infernal metal! This can help damn and patch up my engine.
All right. In fact, that is our goal. I gotta do something about these hot bars. Oh, did those goblins manage to kill your pet skeleton? No, a bigger skeleton killed my pet skeleton.
We're exposed now. Don't be grumpy, Roland. We'll get to the city soon. I am not grumpy. Scowl on your face will frighten a troll.
Don't respect him as a foreigner person. Just call him a pet.
What am I to do? Blacket's will be done.
What a day. Defender of the people.
No helping it down. We're exposed now.
Who uses wooden tools?
A little paranoid about having potentially lost someone on the way here.
I should speak up.
How fares the search?
Found the Infernal Island. Iron. Island? Iron.
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
feels good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlak. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
I miss my forge. We'll get to the city soon. I am not.
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful.
Let's find some meal for you to smack then.
Bring it on.
Gale is having a bad time.
We're exposed now.
Anything of use?
I'm gonna do something about the no, I'm not gonna worry about something about that right now. What else is new? Okay, fair. So, with that...
A long way from Waterdeep.
Yeah, he's got Arcane Hunger. Like I said, just so I'm not constantly sacrificing items, I got, installed a mod that puts 3 weave strands, which are just here to be eaten by Gale.
That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby.
Still looks like there's an arrow sticking out of him thanks to that bow.
Demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
Perhaps now you tell me what all this is in aid of?
Grateful as I am, the course of our camaraderie is much better served by not taking that particular detour. Not just yet. Sincerely, though. I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
Even though we're not sacrificing items, I am going to rib him a little bit.
I obtained it in Waterdeep. Nothing there comes cheap.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Okay, so... And now... After. Oh, wait a minute. Even though I'm not doing a whole lot of melee. Actually, it's real close to time. I am tired. I think I might actually call it. I will do off-stream looting of everything, equipping, healing as I burn through my healing potions again. and setup. And next time, before we continue advancing the story, we're going to be going to the bottom of the well. And the spiders. Yay, spiders. I think that's going to be our plan. Next time, we'll be back to Champion Sunday with Chrono Trigger and Legend of Zelda. Oh, jeez. How many spiders do you think my mods have added? Holy crap. I didn't even think of that. We've already got Mama Spider that just hatches a ton of baby spiders. Not to mention the preemptive fight. How many spiders are going to be down in the well now? Oh, boy. I mean, yay experience points, but also, oh, goody. I've already run into several fights that are like, oh, I didn't even think that there'd be something here. See the skeletons. In the meantime, I thank you all for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed. I will not be having a morning stream on Saturday, probably not on Sunday, just because I haven't had enough time to actually get what I needed done. And like I said, I haven't even received some of the stuff I was supposed to get on like Tuesday. So, but we'll see. Thank you all for watching. I hope you've had a good one. I hope you all have a great weekend. Be safe, and I will see you in the next stream.